Hey, this is Jenny Jones, Digital Growth Hacks Club. What I'm going to show you in this video is how I manage 23 revenue streams from one calendar app. 23 revenue streams from one calendar app. If you're looking for a way to kind of grow your business in 2024, you stop by the right place. Also, you might want to read this book called Cash Flow Quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki. I'll definitely put a link in below for that. It's probably the best investment that you'll make for the least amount of money. I'm going to show you another tool, very inexpensive, that allow you to manage multiple streams of revenue with ease. Let's take a look at it. Let's go over to my desktop. All right, so now we're over here at my desktop. Let me show you the tool. Actually, I can just tell you the tool, and there's a link. There's going to be a link in the description where you'll be able to pick up the tool. Also, if this is your first time to this channel, please go ahead and like, subscribe. The only reason why I say that, people says, why do you always say that? Because 75%, actually more than 85% of the people that view my channel are not subscribers. So I don't want you to miss out. And because I'm going to be shifting and moving a lot of things to my private community. So you don't want to miss out on that as well. So, and then if you like at the end, just subscribe at the end if you don't like it now, but now's your opportunity before you forget. All right, so the name of the tool is called Trafft, right? The name of the tool is called Trafft, and Trafft is a calendar scheduling app, right? But what they did, which kind of changed the game for a lot of people, is they made this way, they created this agency piece that you can add other clients on or underneath it. Now, I think they traditionally started out where you could actually create, they start out with salons and barbershops where they can create, they have, you know how you have barbershops and you may have the head barber that owns the barbershop may say, hey, I got 5 barber chairs. And so what they wanted to do is create an app that people can schedule their barber seats and make sure that their barber seats were already taken. Now, they started there and they expanded it. That's why I think it makes it so perfect. This is one of the perfect tools. I'm not going to spend a lot of time and get into the granular of the tool. I just want to give you the concept of now using their agency model, which is a game changer, right? And basically what it does is, I'm not big on trying to use a tool that is white labeled or partially white labeled and doesn't give me the true transparency of it being my company. So I don't think Trafft gives you the true transparency, right, of it being your particular company. And so what I like to do is I like to use it and I'll just manage all my brands from it, and that'll be easier for me to do. So going into 2024, I think one of the things you need to understand is, how do you become better? How do you expand your brand, right? A lot of people are using this Chat GPT. AI is trying to make them experts, but do you really know what it is behind what it is that you're actually offering? Or if you want to expand your particular brand, this is the perfect tool to do that. And again, the book that I am going to recommend again is Robert Kiyosaki's Cash Flow Quadrant. That's what got me thinking like this. That's what quadrupled my business, because I just started doing that. I do a class once a year called digital real estate, right? Digital marketing real estate, right? And I don't know if I'm gonna do another one in my community. I'm gonna take a poll and see if people want me to offer that again, where you're able to manage all of your digital assets in one particular piece. So with that being said, let me just give you the concept of it first, right? So what I did is there's not three, but there's 4 from here. There's 4 major brands, right? 1, 2, 3, and 4. From each one of the brands, I can run them all through one interface, one database on the back end. The challenge I have is when I have 3 bank accounts, right? Because I manage 3 businesses, right? Keep all and don't want to commingle funds. The challenge I have is on the back end, your money needs to flow into 3 different bank accounts. There's no Stripe setup or no business that I know of. There is another one that I use, but they don't manage it like this, right? But where you can have the 3 different bank accounts on the back end going into the 3 different banks, and set up to manage 4 different calendars. So all 4 of these have their own calendar. All 4 of these businesses have different types of appointments associated with them. Let's use the first one. So if I was to bring someone into my retirement ecosystem, right, they may want to see me for a portfolio review, consulting, or coaching, right? But all they see is the retirement language. They see retirement copy, right? They don't see any of the other ones, and they have a choice of a portfolio review, consulting, or coaching, right? I can have more. I can have probably 10 different ways or they want to engage with me. But that's just for one ecosystem. That's the retirement ecosystem. Then there's another ecosystem. There's 4 different ecosystems all running through one interface, right? That one interface is going to manage my entire calendar for all 4 business entities, right? Or 4 ecosystems. Let's look at, I'm going to show you some of the back end, and then I'm going to show you, actually, let me just show you now what a completed ecosystem looks like and the revenue streams. So for this particular setup, I only put on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14 revenue streams, right? Again, I have 23. I'm only showing you because I didn't have enough room. So let me show you a completed one. So this is completed, right? So what I'm basically doing is I have 4 ecosystems: retirement, investments, consulting, education, right? And these are the different ecosystems that I run underneath them. So basically I have an opportunity for 4 different types of appointments in one single day that's managed by one calendar that's talking to all the other ecosystems. I know, crazy, right? But only one tool can do that perfectly. Let me give you another example of how powerful this tool is. Sometimes I may go speak at a nonprofit organization or a youth academy or a youth camp, right? Where the parents can actually sign up. What they do is they'll go there, the parents can sign up, and I'll have a group session for those. I can actually schedule groups from this one calendar, right? I can schedule groups from this one calendar. I can, the actual group leader can set up, and she says, hey, I'll have 15 students coming to your group. She can put them all on one calendar, right? And so this is the power of what I was saying, what this tool is. It has a lot of things that I love about this tool, but the best thing, like I said, is on the back end. On the back end, I could send it to 3 different bank accounts, right? I can send it to 3 different bank accounts. Not only can I do that, I can have 4 calendars, right? I can have 4 calendars. I can have one calendar here, another calendar here, another calendar here, and another calendar here. All 4 of those calendars, they all go into the back end here. And from each one of them, they can send out an SMS message to confirm the appointments and so on and so forth. So I'm just letting you know, this is a lot of power, but it's really easy to set up. So I'm just going to go through a light overview of it, and let's take a look at it. And I'm just kind of show you some of the things that I like about the tool. Again, I'm giving you these tools that allow you to create money. So when people say, I don't know how to figure out how to do it, hey, the digital growth hacks, we're going to show you how to do that. I got a couple events coming up. You might want to join my community so you don't miss out on those. I got a couple more deals happening this month as well, right? So click on the link in the description below to find out more information. Now let's take a look at the tool on the back end. Not a deep look, but just some of the elements that I like with the new agency dashboard. So let's take a look at it. All right. So I guess one of your first questions would be, first of all, what type of setup that allows you to do that? So Trafft has what's called, they have an agency model, right? And we'll take a look at that. We'll see what this is really what it consists of. They're basically allowing you an opportunity to have 5 tier 2 licenses, right? So they're tier 3, it's called a tier 3, but under the tier 3, they're giving you 5 tier 2 licenses, right? And so that's where you can do 5, you can do 10, and I think you can do 20, right? Up to tier 5 or tier 6. So what happens is, this is the tier 3. I only needed 3 because I'm not going to use it for a business, right? I'm not going to do it for that. So what I basically did is I use it for, for my companies. I have an opportunity to do another one for 5, but I'm going to show you how that actually works. So what you do is, once you come here, once you get access to the window, they're going to give you straight access to here. when you get to tier 5. What it basically does is it gives you unlimited users, unlimited services, and unlimited custom features, right? So if you go to their main website, you don't get unlimited of anything, right? So I think this is a good opportunity, and it's a good pickup, right? Definitely if you want to grow and if you see your business scaling, right? So what you do is you pick the tier 2, because they're selling tier 2s. They're selling tier 2s is their unlimited everything package. So they're selling it to you 5 different times. I've said that already, but I just wanted to make sure you understood it. So you just hit one. It's telling me I have one left, so I can just hit continue here, right? And then it asks you the business name, the URL, and then the service industry. As you can tell, they started out in barbershops, salons, nail salons, beauty salons, others. So that's kind of where they started out, right? And then they went to training, and then there's healthcare, chiropractors, and so on and so forth. So everybody, you can change this to where everybody within your team could have a certain calendar, and everybody has a shared calendar. You can do that. For me, I like the power of managing multiple brands under it. This is the only tool that I've seen that allows you to do this. You can't even do this in Calendly. I think Calendly, they charge you $16 per calendar access is what they charge you, right? So you can't really even have a team or a separate calendar, because some calendars you don't want everybody else's stuff showing up on it. All right, so that's kind of how you do that. So I'm going to take you behind the scenes, and we're going to look at that a little bit more. Then what you do here is you go into the settings, and you set up what access you want them to have. So let's take a look at that. So once you get inside settings, you can set, this is your master settings for your master schedule. All of this can be overwritten, but this is the primary color of that. And then you just set that up, and then you can override the custom SMTP settings, where you can have everything just come to one SMTP, right? For each one, you override it. For each client, you can just have everything come through one SMTP, right? And you can do it like that as well. So then it gives you the date format and the agency logo and all that. So this is if you wanted to run it as a traditional agency, you could run it like that, right? All right, so because if you had a traditional agency, then everyone else would get the chance to log into their agency panel. So let's take a look at what the client will see if you wanted to run it as actually, you know what? I'm going to show you the option, but I want to concentrate on the revenue streams that I set up. Now, I'll show you if you wanted to run it as an agency. I'll just show you a few tweaks like that, but it all runs the same. I just wanted to show you the difference in the tweaks. So going back to the clients, because you have settings and you have your clients right there, right? So what you do is you come here, and it asks you, it'll say, hey, what do you want to do? Do you want to edit the client? Do you want to change their license? You can't really change the license because it's a license. It's a tier 2, right? And then you want to access it as an agency, meaning you want to see how it looks on the agency side. You can set up all your parameters here of what you want the client to have. Let's take a look at that first. Again, change license. That's nothing because you can't change it. They are a tier 2. That is what what you've set them up for. And then you have the option to access it as an agency. So let's take a look at what it is like to edit the client. All right, so you can set this up. So if you wanted to run it as an actual agency for your clients, and you wanted to get the highest tier, which is tier 5, I think you can do 20 clients underneath it, and you just wanted to resell the seats, you definitely can do that. These are the settings that you can set up for each one of the clients that you may have. So what you can do is you can go in here, and these are the features. You get unlimited. You can set all these different ones up. You can have an integration with SendFox, Zapier, Zoom integration, MailChimp. And then here's where you can set up your Google Calendar or your Outlook calendar, right? Your social login, your SMS, your online deposit payments information. So you can set that up so they can have access to when people set up appointments for them, it goes into their own Stripe account, right? And so that's how you set that up, and you can unlock that here for them. And then you can unlock their custom domain and their custom booking page, and you can do that, and they can get unlimited employees, unlimited services, features, and integrations, right? And then you can go in and you can access it as an agency. You can visit the booking website. You can just set this up for them if you want to. I would suggest that as someone that's wanting to go with a sub calendar, you're going to have to set those things up for them because they're not techie. They just want you to do it. and then you can reset the admin password or so on and so forth for their particular dashboard, right? And so let's take a look at what what it looks like as an agency on their side, and we're going to kind of bring this home. So I think the back end looks the same as the regular traditional Trafft accounts, and I think you're familiar with that. If you're not, you just go to their website or find it on YouTube. I wanted to concentrate and let you know what the difference is. So what happens is when you get to transactions, right, you can set up your own payments, right? You can have your own taxes and setup. This is for each individual agency that you set up. So I think that's important, and it's all separated. Nothing is the same, right? So that's how you do that. And then they can set up their different services. Again, if I have 5 different companies, they can all have their own sets of services, and they will not be mixed or commingled. Each one will have their own Stripe account. They will not be commingled or anything like that. So they can also have their own set of employees, their own customers, and their own services. Let's take a look at the services. So you have your services category. You can set up your different services. You can add a service, right? Or you can add a category, right? So a category might be consulting. Another one may be, one-on-one coaching or something like that. Those are your different categories. And then you can have a service. So underneath coaching, I can have one-on-one coaching, group coaching, 4x coaching. I coach 4 people at a time, and so on and so forth. So you can actually mix it up and do it like that. Right. And so that's the basis of it, but it is a full-blown calendar. You can customize it. Let's take a look at I think I showed you how to link up the calendars, but let's show that. So 2 things are important, right? You have to have your own calendar, right? And you have to have your own payment gateway for each agency. All of that is set up. Let's take a look at the page and let's see how it looks. So before we go back to, and I'd like you to take a look at the page, what's important is once you go to payments, you can have your PayPal set up, your Stripe, your Molly, or your authorized net. I think that's all they have. Or you can do on-site, or you can just do disable on-site. So you can have these are your different payment methods, and they can be for each agency. You can just ask them what do they want to get set up, and you can do it from there. Email notifications, you can actually do that for SMTP, Simple Transfer Mail Protocol, where you can have it coming from your own domain and the emails and so on and so forth. So you can do that as well. You can set up your office hours, the days that you're off, maybe Saturday and Sundays you're off. No one can book on those particular days or anything like that. Let's take a look at features and integrations. Again, I'm not going to get into a whole bunch of detail because everyone else has already did this online, but I'm just trying to show you the strategy and what you can use to grow your business. That's what we do here, the Digital Growth Hacks Club. So they have the integrations feature. Here's what they have here. You can buy so many integrations and you can use at a certain time. I think sometimes you can use 3 or you can use 4 integrations. With the tier 2, you can actually use unlimited integrations. You can set up everything. And what I mean by integrations is you can have coupons, right? You can have a custom domain. You can have custom fields, custom notifications, group bookings, right? I think that's important. If you want to host sessions for a group of people, you can do that by defining the minimum and maximum slots available for each appointment. So this, I think, is very powerful for coaching sessions. If you want to say, hey, we only have 10 slots available for my next coaching session, and then you put the link out there, and then people will just have to pick the slots, and it says, hey, there's only 3 slots left. I think this is very powerful. Again, no one else allows you to do this. This is a very unique feature. Everything that I'm kind of showing you is very unique within itself. So the group booking feature, again, I like it for the coaching, right? If I wanted to send them to an up coach or something like that automatically into the session, what I would do is allow them, once they've paid, I'll allow them access into my up coach session of my group coaching session. I'm going to do there. We get the automatic link and then meet me there. Right. And so that if there's only 5 slots, you got to know that there's only 5 slots, and you let people know there's only 5 slots. Well, when they get there and there's only 1 slot left, they're going to drop on that slot. So again, I like the group booking. I've never seen any other tool do the group booking. Actually, I don't think I've ever seen any calendar tool do group booking. Right. maybe, but I haven't seen it. And maybe Acuity does it. That's why I kind of liken this. It's really close to Acuity. So you can book multiple locations. Again, that's for if you wanted to do the beauty salons and you had one over on the south side and you had one on the east side. That's something that would help you out. The multilingual support enable the website to change the labels and the languages that they may have. I don't know what all the languages are. You got the online payments, recurring payments, SMTP, email. Of course, you can set that up. And you have webhooks, which you can send them back into a Pabbly Connect, move them on over to a VBout or an InCharge or something like that and send them down something else, right? And so that's really what you have here. And you can identify roles of the users, admin, so on. Let me look at integrations really quick, and then we're going to look at the actual site, and then we're going to close this video out. All right, so these are the direct integrations you have. You have your Facebook Pixel, your Google Analytics, your Google Tag Manager, your Google Calendar, and Google Meet. You can access that, your Apple Calendar and Outlook Calendar, right? So you can connect this to an Outlook Calendar and a Google Calendar at the same time. That's not really done, and an Apple Calendar. You can have it look at all three. The Kumba Mail, I think, is a very good integration. I may show that in one of my communities. I may show how to do a direct connection and how to make a mini funnel using the Kumba Mail. I may do that. And then you got the SendFox, and then your WhatsApp and your Zapier and your Zoom. That's it, people. This is a very, very nice setup on the back end. Again, no one can really tell that this is yours because this is their back end. They don't know who it belongs to. You just set it up for them. So I think this can be very powerful if you have the investment to do an agency pack, maybe 20. You can get 20 clients from you underneath you and tell them the power of the group booking and all that. And for not even a large amount of charge, you can charge them, I don't know, $19 a month and set it up for them and make it run for them, right? Maybe I'd say you can probably get away with at least $20 a month for that many clients. So that works out. Let's take a look at the actual page. What I will tell you about the page on the computer looks a little funny based on the size, what they want for the actual banner, but it looks really nice, clean, and crisp for a mobile device, which is where most people will be signing up from anyway. So let's take a look at it. All right, so this is my Jenny Jones coaching page. And as you can see, this is the setup here. Again, this looks a little foggy, looks a little funky. I'm just trying to get it to work right. This is actually a pixelated photo. It doesn't look as clean. But when you look at it on the phone, it really looks nice and neat, right? And then what you're going to see is you're going to see the different types of sessions that people could sign up for. Once they click on it, they can find an actual time to book. So we'll click on this just to kind of give you an example of what happens next. So what happens next, you can say, hey, log in with existing account or create a new one or continue as a guest, right? Browse and book without creating an account. So you're basically, if the reason why that's like that is because you can get set up on recurring payments as well, right? So let's go ahead and book as continue as a guest. So I'm just going to show you what it looks like. So you can continue as a guest, right? You already know this is a mentoring session, one person, price is $150. And then what you do is you go, so the only slot that I think I have, I don't even know if I have any slots left. Okay, so, I don't have any slots left until next month. So these are the different, and then what you do is a person find that slot and they just click continue. So we'll try to find a slot. Let's just do a Tuesday to see how it looks. These are the different slots and the setups here. They can pick something like that. They'd obviously have to go, and we'll go 9 to 11 slot here. I'm just using this as an example so you can take a look at it. Right, and so then they book their name. They have to put in their credit card and all that before they can even book. So the first name, last name, so they can either on-site. I didn't disable on-site, but I'll have to disable on-site to pay on-site. I'll just disable that because they're not going to be able to pay on-site. This would be a mobile event. And then after this, it can redirect them to another page I think I have a page in sessions where I want us to meet up in our sessions. So instead of sending them to Zoom, I send them to sessions, right? And I send them over to sessions, and then from sessions, they'll be able to meet with me there, and they'll be able to get a printout and a dialogue of our coaching session, or so on and so forth. So this is it, people. This is a pretty good tool. Let's take a look at the pricing here really quick of what they have here at Appsumo as I close this out. All right, so again, it's only going to be here. This deal ends in 12 days, right? So you might want to take advantage of it. It's been here for a while, but I wanted to go ahead and get in and show you kind of the back end. If you're going to use it for your own companies and or brands, then you would be able to download. They have an app. The app is pretty nice too. It gives you all the appointments and all that. You get notifications as well. The app is not as good if you're going to use it as an agency because it's not a branded app. It's the Trafft app. So that's important for you to know, right? And so let's look at the different, again, this is manage all the schedules in one calendar. This is crazy, right? You can manage all of every revenue stream or everything that you got in one calendar, right? And so that's the mobile app that they have for managing appointments. So this is the deal here. This is the tier one, right? One has 40 employees, just one company, one brand, right? Here you have tier two, you get unlimited total custom features here. You only get 10 custom features. And again, those go fast depending on what you want to use them for. I'd say if you wanted to get anything, don't leave here without getting at least a tier two, right? Because that's going to give you unlimited employees and then unlimited total custom features. You really want the total custom features. You're going to get everything here. Going to get unlimited services. You're not going to get the Trafft mark. You're going to get the Trafft mark removal. That's not going to be there, right? And then you're going to get the SMS. You have to buy SMS credits. I want to show you that. I got to show you that because you just so you take a look and see how that works out. So basically what I have is I have the 5 agency account. That's what I have. And I'm only going to run it for my company, not trying to run it as an agency. I don't think there's business in the calendar. There's too many competitors in this space unless you own a niche and you wanted to offer this to your clients in your niche. I think it would be perfect for that. So tier 4 gives you 10 accounts. That's $289. Near tier 5 for $400, you get 20 accounts. You can make that back rather quickly if you already have an agency already. And then you can do that. Also, what they said is they can sell you more agency accounts, agency slots. I think with a discount, heavy discount, as you buy more, you'll be discounted. But if you run out of agency slots, you're already to the good on your monthly, covering your monthly cost already. So I really wouldn't be concerned with that. And again, it'd be per agency account. You can buy those at a discounted price. And they said it's here in the notes somewhere. They put it there. All right, so let me show you what their tokens look like for their SMS credits. Let me show you that one, and then we're going to close it out. I didn't want to make this video that long, but let me show you that because you might want to know. All right, so here's how this works for your SMS credits, right? You have to go in and you have to add the credits, right? So if you want to do SMS credits, this is a $10 pack, and it's not $10 per SMS. It's basically what they're telling you is that $10, at about $10, you can send 500 SMS messages, whether that's the confirm, whether that's to cancel, anything done on SMS, it's going to send at least 500 of those. So that's your credit. They're going to charge you 0.02 on the SMS credits. I think that's fair for what they charge. But that's how you do it. You buy your SMS blocks and then they put them in your account, and then you're able to send and your SMS messages. I don't know that you can do your own number, but I think they gave you the SMS credits. So that's how you get the SMS notifications. The person says, hey, when do I have another meeting coming up? So on and so forth. So that's how you do that, people. And I just wanted you to see that. Hey, this has been Jenny Jones, Digital Growth Hacks Clubs. I'm trying to help you guys make money with these tools, trying to give you ideas to make money with these tools. If you haven't joined the community, if you like this video, just like it up. If you want to share it and or you want to subscribe, go ahead and do that. You guys take care. Be good out there. Goodbye for now.